So in general, my thoughts on the new killer are, I find him very interesting to use. A lot of people are comparing him to Wesker Legion mix because it seems like the worst of both worlds, seeing as you need to injure somebody, you get to see that they're marked, and then you get this 3 lunge mode for the duration that anybody is in this this marked mode. Your goal is to kind of spread that so you stay in enraged mode, and if you're doing well, you should ultimately be in your enraged mode, your 3 lunge mode, pretty much the entire game. So that's interesting. At that point, it's kind of just like you're playing for main event like you would be for Trickster. However, it's severely less powerful, so don't get too excited. When looking at the overview, I would relate them more to an easier Blight to play, seeing as I feel like the movement is a little easier, especially with the brown add-ons. I feel like the meta add-ons for being able to play this killer are going to be more towards the Demogorgon portion, where like the yellows and the browns are really, really good, whereas the other add-ons of higher rarity just aren't as strong. Like, they took inspiration from the iridescent button, minus the terror radius all map, and they made it so your 3rd lunge being over a pallet breaks the pallet, but it just doesn't seem that strong. Like, it just does not seem like 3rd volt only. It just is kind of garbage. It'd be like if they nerfed even Wesker's add-on and made it so only your 2nd one over a pallet will break it. It just doesn't seem super very like useful. And there's just a lot of like situational purples, yellows, and like even the Eries are just not. It's very, very underwhelming. So it seems as though the best add-ons are just Fresh Coffee, which is your leap speed, so you get somewhere quicker, and then your Broken Chain, which reduces the cooldown when not enraged. Even honestly, Hinami's Umbrella, which is the decreased recovery time after completing the leap by 10%, I feel like that might even be worth running. But that being said, it's kind of just like your pick of the litter is cooldown, and the point is just you want to use your power in a fashion that you would either with like Blight or Wraith situationally, and that you want to lunge off of somebody after you've injured them to be in front of them to down them. It just seems like that's the easier way to go and the better way to go. This being said, it's yeah, again, very underwhelming of a killer. I think that they need to tweak them a little bit before they come in. They were very fun to play, but I did have to run something akin to Thanophobia, Dying Light, Pain Res, and Pop in order to kind of really fully get to enjoy the killer. The bots, we played with a couple of bots and a couple other people because I didn't want to sit in queue. So it's kind of what you're seeing in the background here. And in general, it just wasn't very... It felt fun. It did feel very fun in terms of the actual gameplay portion when you're playing the killer and their power. But in terms of feeling like you have any sway over the match just doesn't seem very likely. It seems as though this killer's power is not very oppressive towards survivors. Injuring them, kind of like Legion, it's like you need a perk in order to actually make being injured a bad thing. So all in all, I would rate this killer hard D tier, maybe C tier. Like if you're being super generous. I need to see what they do to him on the way out from the PTB. The significance of these add-ons is just so little. The cooldown and the speed of it is just really the only thing you can do. It's kind of like Demogorgon. It's like the best thing you can do is get like a faster like lunge shred and a shorter cooldown. Like that's kind of like the best you're gonna hope for with his add-ons. And other than that, they just seem kind of useless. So like there's extremely situational. And another prime example very quickly is the CCG ID card, which is performing the Volt reveals the location of all marked survivors for 24 meters for 3 seconds. That's such a small window and such a situational thing for a very rare add-on. You need to Volt, and then you're able to see only marked survivors. You should be able to see all survivors within 24 meters for 3 seconds. Additionally, I feel like if you were able to see injured or like non-injured survivors with like Legion, like once you hit somebody and you mark somebody, you get to see survivors and within a certain proximity. That might make him a little better, but once again, taking more from Legion than anything. So that being said, that's all I wanted to say about him. If you guys like this video, leave a like, all that jazz. Have a good one, guys. That was my PTB first look, and as always, Asa Gamers.